Hello everyone, welcome back to Bookish Beauty and Barks. For the month of August, we are going to be doing something special called reading challenges. The idea is that every day for 7 days I will post a new video where I will recommend you a book based on a particular theme. And you have 7 days to read that book and then come back and let me know what you thought about it. So if you like reading and you're looking for some new books to add to your TBR pile, make sure you subscribe so that you don't miss any of these videos. And today's book is actually the first book in this challenge. Today's theme is books set in the same world but by different authors. Now when I think of books that fit this description, one series that immediately comes to mind is Mistborn by Brandon Sanderson. And for today's recommendation, I want to focus on the second book in the series, which is The Well of Ascension. However, I would like to preface this recommendation by saying that if you haven't read the first book yet, go read the first book because there are spoilers ahead. The story takes place in the world of Scadrial and it is 100 years before the events of the first book. We follow a young misting named Vin who lives in the city of Luthadel. When we meet her in the first book, she has just joined the crew of a mysterious man named Kelsier who is planning an attack against the Lord Ruler, the immortal godlike ruler who has held power over Scadrial for 1,000 years. Together with Kelsier and a group of interesting characters, they take down the Lord Ruler and bring an end to his immortal reign. But it isn't exactly a happy ending because it turns out Kelsier had a secret plan all along that involved sacrificing himself, and he does it leaving Vin to deal with the consequences. In The Well of Ascension, we follow Vin as she adjusts to life after Kelsier and tries to figure out her place in a world that is changing and evolving around her. As she grapples with these questions, she also has to contend with a new enemy, a mysterious and powerful being known only as the Lord Ruler's champion. Along the way, we get to see more of Scadrial and its history, as well as more of the magic system and its rules. We also get to meet some interesting new characters, including a mysterious woman named Eland Venture, who becomes a love interest for Vin. And we also get to learn more about some of the characters from the first book, such as Breeze and the enigmatic allomancer named Ham. Overall, The Well of Ascension is a great continuation of the Mistborn series. Sanderson does a great job of building on the world and characters he created in the first book, and he really keeps you guessing with his plot. If you enjoyed the first book, then I highly recommend checking this one out. Now, even though this is the second book in the series, I would still say that it can be read as a standalone because it does a good job of recapping the major events from the first book. His characters are also incredibly well developed and you really care about what happens to them. The pacing of the book is excellent and keeps you engaged from beginning to end. And the plot is full of surprises that will keep you guessing until the very end. The main character in The Well of Ascension is Vin, and I think she's a fantastic protagonist. She's strong and determined and you really root for her throughout the entire book. She's also a very relatable character despite her extraordinary abilities. In the first book, we see her struggling to adjust to a new world and trying to find her place in it. And in this one, we see her dealing with the aftermath of losing Kelsier and trying to figure out her next move. Vin is a very complex character and I think Sanderson does a great job of developing her throughout the course of the series. Another character I really enjoy in this book is Eland Venture. He's a mysterious and powerful character who becomes a love interest for Vin. I won't say much more about him because he does have a tendency to be a little bit of a spoiler, but I will say that he is a very interesting character and I really enjoyed seeing his relationship with Vin develop throughout the course of the book. The world building in The Well of Ascension is, as always, fantastic. Sanderson is a master world builder and he really makes you feel like you are a part of the world he has created. Scadrial is a world full of magic and mystery and Sanderson does a great job of keeping you guessing as to what's really going on. The magic system in this book is also incredibly well thought out and I love the way Sanderson explains it. Everything has its pros and cons and there are always limitations and consequences to using it. There's no such thing as free magic. If you're looking for a book with a strong female lead, a well-thought-out magic system and a plot that will keep you guessing until the very end, then I highly recommend The Well of Ascension. You will not be disappointed. So that wraps up my recommendation for today. I hope you enjoyed it. If you've already read this book, then let me know what you thought about it in the comments below. And if you haven't read it yet, then I hope that you'll consider giving it a try. And don't forget to subscribe so that you don't miss any of our other videos. Thank you so much for watching and have a great day. Now here's a fun fact about me. I am a huge fan of board games. Some of my favorite games include Ticket to Ride, Settlers of Catan and Seven Wonders. What are some of your favorite board games? Let me know in the comments below. As I mentioned earlier, this is the first video in a series of 7 videos where I will recommend books for you to read. Make sure you stay tuned so that you don't miss any of these videos. And now I will leave you with a quote from one of the characters in The Well of Ascension. There are two types of people in the world, those who say it's too late and those who say it's not too late. It's the people who say it's not too late who make the difference. Alright, that's all for me today. Thanks so much for watching and have a great day. Bye.